His hand slammed against the wall beside her head, trapping her. Amara's breath hitched as Min-jun's face hovered inches from hers, his dark eyes burning with something she couldn't name. "You think you can just quit?" His voice was velvet and venom. Her heart hammered against her ribs. I need to leave. Please." The word came out broken. He leaned closer, his breath hot against her ear. "You're not going anywhere, Amara." Her body betrayed her, trembling not from fear, but from the electricity crackling between them. She'd felt this before, 3 nights ago, in his bedroom, when he'd whispered those words that changed everything. "Maybe I can help you relax." She'd let him touch her, kiss her, almost. Everything went silent. "I'm engaged," he said, pulling back abruptly. "The wedding is in 2 weeks." Her world tilted. "What?" "You were a distraction, nothing more." His eyes were ice now. "Pack your things." Amara felt her knees buckle. You said you wanted me. You said—" "I lied." He straightened his suit jacket, the businessman mask sliding into place. "Your final paycheck will be wired tomorrow." She couldn't breathe, couldn't think. The man who'd held her like she was precious, who'd traced her curves with reverent hands, who'd stopped just before taking her virginity because he wanted her to be sure. That man was gone. A stranger stood in his place. "Get out of my sight," Min-jun said, turning away. Amara ran. 6 months earlier, the Kingston sun blazed overhead as Amara stood at the airport, her mother's hands clutching hers desperately. "You sure about this, baby girl?" Her mother's eyes were wet. "South Korea is so far. Mama, the agency pays triple what I make here. I can send money home for your treatments." Amara squeezed back, fighting her own tears. "It's just 2 years. I'll be back before you know it." Her younger sister, Kiana, wrapped her arms around Amara's waist. "You better video call every day." "Every single day," Amara promised, kissing the top of Kiana's head. "I love you both so much." The flight to Seoul felt like stepping into another universe. Amara clutched her passport, her melanin-rich skin standing out among the other passengers. She'd researched everything, learned basic Korean phrases, studied the culture, read every article about being a black woman in Asia. But nothing prepared her for the reality. The agency matched her with the Kang household within a week. "You'll be working for Kang Min-jun," the agency coordinator explained in accented English. "Very important businessman, very wealthy. You clean, cook, maintain household. He travels often for work, sometimes gone for days." "What kind of business?" Amara asked. The coordinator's smile tightened. "Import-export. You don't ask questions about Mr. Kang's business. Understand?" Red flag number 1. Amara ignored it. She needed this job. The Kang estate wasn't a house. It was a fortress. Gates, security, cameras everywhere. The main residence sprawled across the hilltop like a sleeping dragon, all dark stone and sharp angles, beautiful and terrifying. A stern-faced housekeeper named Mrs. Cho showed Amara to her quarters, a small but comfortable room in the staff wing. "Mr. Kang returns tomorrow," Mrs. Cho said in broken English. "He expects perfection, no mistakes." That night, Amara video called home. "It's like a palace, Mama," she said, showing her mother the view from her window. "I still can't believe this is real." Her mother smiled, but worry creased her forehead. "You be careful, you hear me? Rich men, they think different. They act different." "I'll be fine, I promise." Famous last words. Min-jun arrived like a storm. Amara heard him before she saw him. Sharp voices in Korean, footsteps echoing through marble halls, doors slamming. She was in the kitchen preparing his welcome dinner per Mrs. Cho's instructions when he walked in. Time stopped. He was beautiful in a dangerous way. Sharp jawline, perfectly styled black hair, a suit that probably cost more than her yearly salary. But it was his eyes that caught her. Dark, calculating, missing nothing. Those eyes landed on her and narrowed. "Who are you?" His English was perfect, accent barely there. Amara bowed slightly the way she'd practiced. "Amara Campbell, sir. I'm your new housekeeper." He circled her slowly, studying her like she was a puzzle. "Jamaican?" "Yes, sir." "You're young." 23, sir." "And they sent you here?" Something flickered in his expression. Interesting. He left without another word, but Amara felt his gaze on her skin for hours afterward. The first month was hell. Min-jun was demanding, particular, and apparently never slept. He worked at all hours, took calls in languages she didn't understand, and had visitors who made her instincts scream, "Danger." Men in expensive suits with hard eyes, women dripping in diamonds who looked at Amara like she was furniture. But he never touched her, barely spoke to her beyond instructions, until the night everything changed. 3 months ago, it was 2 a.m. Amara couldn't sleep, so she wandered to the kitchen for tea. The house was dark, silent. She was pouring hot water when she heard it, a sharp intake of breath from the living room. She found Min-jun on the couch, shirt unbuttoned, a bloody gash across his ribs. Jesus Christ! Amara dropped her mug. It shattered. She didn't care. "What happened?" "Get out!" His voice was tight with pain. "You're bleeding. You need a hospital." "No hospitals." He tried to stand, swayed. "I said get out." Amara's nursing training from her community college days kicked in. Sit your stubborn ass down before you pass out. His eyes widened. For the first time, she'd surprised him. She didn't wait for permission. The medical kit was in the downstairs bathroom. She returned, hands steady despite her racing heart, and knelt beside him. "This is gonna hurt," she warned. "I've had worse." She cleaned the wound carefully. It was deep, but not life-threatening. A knife wound, she realized with growing horror. Someone had tried to kill him. "Who did this?" she whispered. "Business disagreement." "What kind of business involves knife fights?" His hand caught her wrist. "The kind you don't ask about." They stared at each other. His thumb moved against her pulse point. Amara felt heat flood her body. "You have gentle hands," Min-jun said softly. "Surprising." "Why surprising? Most people in my world have forgotten how to be gentle." She finished bandaging him in silence, but something had shifted. The wall between employer and employee had cracked. After that night, he started talking to her. Small things at first. "How was your day?" "Did you eat?" "Your sister sent a funny message. She showed me when she video called." "Wait, he talked to Kiana?" "She called the house number by accident," Min-jun explained, almost sheepish. "I answered. She's very energetic." "She's a brat," Amara said, but she was smiling. "She loves you very much. She talked about you for 20 minutes. Something warm bloomed in Amara's chest. This dangerous, cold man had entertained her baby sister's rambling. "Thank you," she said, "for being kind to her." His expression softened. "Family is important. Even in my world, that matters." "Your world?" He stood, buttoning his shirt over the bandages. "One day, maybe I'll tell you, but not tonight." 2 weeks later, he brought home Jamaican food from a specialty restaurant an hour away. "I thought you might miss home," he said, setting the containers on the kitchen counter. Amara stared at the jerk chicken, rice and peas, and plantains. Her eyes burned. You drove an hour for this? You work hard. You deserve something that makes you happy." They ate together that night. Min-jun asked about Jamaica, about her mother's illness, about her dreams. He listened like every word mattered. "I wanted to be a nurse," Amara admitted. "But money shouldn't stop talent," Min-jun said. "If you want to study again, I can arrange it." "Why would you do that?" He looked at her for a long moment. "Because you're not just a maid, Amara. Not to me." Her heart stuttered. The tension built slowly, deliberately, lingering glances, hands brushing, him finding excuses to be in whatever room she was in, her wearing the dress he'd bought her for staff uniforms that fit her curves perfectly. And then came that night. The night everything changed. Min Jun returned from a business trip wound tight. Amara could see it in the rigid set of his shoulders, the muscle jumping in his jaw. "Bad trip?" she asked, bringing him whiskey without being asked. "You could say that." He downed it in one swallow. "Someone tried to kill me. Again." Her blood went cold. "Again? It's a hazard of the job." He poured another glass, stared at the amber liquid. "Sometimes I'm so fucking tired, Amara. Tired of the fighting, the blood, the constant watching over my shoulder." She'd never heard him sound so broken. "Maybe you need to relax," she said softly. His eyes locked on hers. "And how would you suggest I do that?" The air between them electrified. Amara's breath caught. I don't..." He stood slowly, prowling toward her. "You don't what?" "I don't know what to say," she admitted. "Then don't say anything." He reached out, fingers ghosting along her jaw. "Tell me to stop, Amara. Tell me this is wrong and I'll walk away." She should. She knew she should. He was her employer. This was dangerous, reckless. "Maybe I can help you relax." The words left her lips before she could stop them. Min Jun's control shattered. He kissed her like a starving man, deep, consuming, desperate. Amira melted into him, her hands fisting in his shirt. He lifted her effortlessly, carrying her to his bedroom. "Tell me you want this," he breathed against her neck. "I want this. I want you." His hands were everywhere, gentle but possessive, learning her body like scripture. He undressed her slowly, reverently, and when he saw her fully, something raw flashed in his eyes. "You're perfect," he whispered. "So fucking perfect." They tumbled onto his bed. He kissed every inch of her skin, worshipped her like she was sacred. When his hand slid between her thighs, Amara gasped. "Min Jun." "Shh, let me take care of you." He brought her to the edge again and again, learning what made her moan, what made her arch into his touch. When he positioned himself at her entrance, she tensed. He froze immediately. "Amara, I haven't..." Understanding dawned. "You're a virgin." She nodded, embarrassed. Min Jun's expression softened completely. He rolled onto his back, pulling her against his chest. "Then we stop." "What? But your first time shouldn't be like this. Not when I'm angry and reckless. Not when you're my employee and there's a power imbalance." He kissed her forehead. "When we make love, Amara, it'll be because we both choose it freely, because it means something." Her heart cracked open. "It means something to me now." "To me, too," he admitted. "That's why we wait." They fell asleep tangled together, and Amara felt safer than she'd ever felt in her life. She was an idiot, present day. Amara's best friend Minho found her sobbing in a convenience store parking lot at 3 a.m. "What the fuck happened?" He pulled her into his arms. She'd met Minho at a language exchange meetup, a Korean-American transplant who understood the isolation of being different in Seoul. He was gay, sassy, and had become her lifeline. "He's engaged," Amara choked out. "The whole time. He was engaged." "Who? Wait, your boss? The scary hot one?" She told him everything. The touching, the kissing, the almost sex. Min Jun's tender words, the way he'd made her feel chosen. "And this whole time he had a fucking fiancé?" Minho's voice rose. "I will end him. I will physically end him." He said I was a distraction, that he lied. "Bullshit." Minho pulled back, gripping her shoulders. "I've seen the way that man looks at you when he picks you up. That's not a liar's face, that's someone in deep." "Then why?" "I don't know, babe. But we're gonna find out. And if he really is just a piece of shit, we'll make him regret ever meeting you." Amara moved into Minho's apartment that night. She'd texted her resignation, blocked Min Jun's number. She was done. Or so she thought. 2 days later, the grocery store was crowded. Amara was reaching for rice when she saw him. Min Jun stood 3 aisles over, looking devastated. His suit was wrinkled. Dark circles shadowed his eyes. He looked like he hadn't slept. Their eyes met. He started toward her. Amara ran. Actually, ran, abandoning her basket, pushing through the crowd. She heard him call her name but didn't stop. Not until she was on the street, gasping for air. Her phone buzzed. "Unknown number, please. Just let me explain. MJ." She blocked it. Another text from a different number. "Amara, I'm begging you, 5 minutes, that's all I ask." Blocked. 5 more numbers, all blocked. Then the gifts started arriving at Minho's apartment. Flowers, chocolates, a box containing a plane ticket to Jamaica, and a note, "For your mother's treatment." No strings attached. "He's not giving up," Minho observed, looking at the mountain of packages. "I don't care." But Amara's hands shook as she held the plane ticket. Her mother's chemotherapy was expensive. This could save her. "You should at least hear him out," Minho said gently. "Whose side are you on?" "Yours, always." "But babe, something isn't adding up. Why would he go through all this trouble for a distraction?" Amara didn't have an answer. 1 week later, Minho dragged her to a club. "You need to get out, dance. Remember, you're a bad batch." The music pounded. Amara let herself get lost in it, moving against Minho, laughing for the first time in days. A guy approached, handsome, confident, clearly interested. "Can I buy you a drink?" he asked in accented English. Why not, Amara thought. Sure. They'd barely reached the bar when someone grabbed her arm. She spun and came face to face with a furious Min Jun. "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" His voice was deadly quiet. "Let go of me." "Who is he?" Min Jun's eyes were on the guy who'd offered her a drink. "None of your goddamn business." The guy stepped forward. "Hey, man," she said, "let go." Min Jun's fist connected with the guy's jaw. He went down hard. Everything erupted. Security rushed over. Min Jun dragged Amara toward the exit, ignoring her screaming protests. Minho tried to intervene, but Min Jun's security team appeared from nowhere, blocking him. "Let me go," Amara yelled. Min Jun shoved her into the back of his car, sliding in beside her. The driver took off immediately. "You can't just kidnap me." "Watch me," his chest heaved. "You think I'd let some random fucker put his hands on you? You don't own me. You threw me away." "I lied," he roared. The car went silent. Amara stared at him. "What?" Min Jun dragged a hand through his hair. "I lied. About the engagement. About you being a distraction. All of it. I saw the announcement. Your engagement to Park Ji-woo, daughter of Park Industries. It's arranged. Business. I've been trying to get out of it for months." His voice cracked. "When I met you, I thought I could keep you separate from that world, keep you safe. But then my father found out." Amara's blood ran cold. "Found out what?" "That I was falling in love with my Jamaican maid." Min Jun laughed bitterly. "He threatened you, Amara. Said if I didn't end things and go through with the wedding, he'd make sure you disappeared. Permanently." The world tilted. "You're lying." "I wish I was." He pulled out his phone, showing her messages. Threats. Photos of her walking to the market, outside Minho's apartment. They'd been watching her. "Oh my God," Amara whispered. "So I did what I had to do. I hurt you to save you." Min Jun's eyes were wet. "I thought if I made you hate me, you'd leave Seoul. Go back to Jamaica where you'd be safe." "You couldn't just tell me." "Would you have left if I asked?" She opened her mouth, closed it, because he was right. She wouldn't have. "But you didn't leave," Min Jun continued. "You stayed, and I'm not strong enough to stay away from you, Amara. Not anymore, even if it destroys us both." Amara's mind reeled. What about the wedding? Fuck the wedding. Fuck my father. Fuck the entire syndicate. His hand cupped her face. "I choose you. I'll always choose you." "Syndicate?" Her voice came out small. He smiled grimly. "You really thought I was an import-export? I suspected you weren't exactly legal. I'm Korean Mafia, Amara. 3rd generation. My family built an empire on blood and violence. His thumb stroked her cheek. I'm not a good man. I've killed people. I've done terrible things. But when I'm with you, I remember what it feels like to be human. She should run, should be terrified. Instead, she felt her walls crumbling. You hurt me, she whispered. I know. You broke my heart. I know. Tears tracked down his face. And I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you if you let me. But I understand if you can't forgive me, if you never want to see me again. Amara kissed him. She kissed him hard, pouring every ounce of her pain and love into it. Min-jun responded desperately, hands tangling in her hair. I'm still angry, she gasped against his mouth. Be angry, scream at me, hit me, whatever you need. I don't want to hit you, you idiot. I want you to fight for us. I am. I will. He rested his forehead against hers. No more lies. No more running. We face this together. Together, she agreed. The car pulled up to Min-jun's estate. Their estate now, apparently. Meanwhile, Minho stood outside the club, trying to process what just happened, when a smooth voice said, That was quite a show. He turned to find the most gorgeous man he'd ever seen. Tall, stylish, confident smile. Who are you? Jay, I'm Min-jun's cousin. He extended a hand. And you must be Minho, Amara's friend. How do you... I know everything. It's my job. Jay's eyes sparkled with mischief. Also, I've been wanting to meet you for weeks. Minho's gaydar pinged hard. Meet me. Why? Because Min-jun showed me your Instagram. Jay stepped closer, and I thought, now there's someone interesting. Minho's heart did a stupid flutter. What? Have dinner with me tomorrow. Let's let our friends figure their mess out while we get to know each other. That's really forward. Life's too short for games. Jay handed him a card. 8 o'clock. I'll pick you up. He walked away, leaving Minho stunned and weirdly excited. 3 days later, Amara woke up in Min-jun's bed, their bed, to the smell of breakfast. She patted downstairs in his shirt to find him cooking. You cook? She asked, amused. I'm a man of many hidden talents. He plated jerk chicken and eggs. Figured I'd practice your culture's food. I'm terrible at it, though. She took a bite. It was bad. Really bad. But her heart melted anyway. It's perfect. You're a terrible liar. He kissed her temple. But thank you. They ate together, talking about everything and nothing. It felt normal. Right. Until Min-jun's phone rang. His expression darkened as he answered in rapid Korean. Amara watched his body language shift, businessman to killer in seconds. He hung up. I have to go handle something. Is it dangerous? Probably. Fear gripped her. Then I'm coming with you. Absolutely not. If we're doing this, we're doing it together. Remember? She crossed her arms. Besides, I'm not sitting here wondering if you're alive or dead. He studied her, then sighed. You're going to give me gray hair. Better hair than bullet wounds. They took his armored car to a warehouse on the outskirts of Seoul. Min-jun explained on the way. A rival gang was moving into their territory. I need to send a message, he said grimly. What kind of message? The permanent kind. Amara's stomach churned, but she didn't back down. The warehouse was tense. Men in suits with guns. Min-jun's lieutenants briefing him in Korean. Amara stayed close, hyper-aware of every movement. Then gunshots erupted. Min-jun shoved Amara behind a shipping container as bullets tore through the warehouse. He returned fire with practiced precision, completely calm. Stay down, he barked. But Amara saw it. A man flanking them, gun aimed at Min-jun's head. She didn't think. She grabbed a metal pipe and swung hard. It connected with the guy's skull. He dropped. Min-jun stared at her, shocked. Did you just save your life? You're welcome. Something feral entered his eyes. That was the hottest thing I've ever seen. We're in a firefight. I know. He kissed her hard. But later, I'm going to show you exactly how hot I found that. The fight ended quickly. Min Jun's men secured the rivals. He gave orders in clipped Korean, radiating authority. On the drive back, Amara's adrenaline crashed. She started shaking. Hey, you're okay. Min Jun pulled her into his lap. You were incredible. I hit someone with a pipe. You protected me. Do you have any idea how much that means? She buried her face in his neck. Your world is terrifying. I know. If you want out, I don't. She pulled back, meeting his eyes. I'm scared, but I'm not leaving you. I love you, Min Jun said. I've never said that to anyone, but I love you, Amara Campbell. Her breath caught. I love you too. They kissed slowly, deeply, pouring emotion into it. When we get home, Min Jun murmured, I'm going to make love to you properly. If you still want, I want. She kissed him again. I've wanted since that first night. His eyes darkened with promise. That night, Min Jun took his time. He undressed Amara with reverence, kissing every inch of exposed skin. She trembled under his touch, overwhelmed. We go at your pace, he promised. If anything hurts or you want to stop, I trust you. He prepared her carefully, making sure she was ready. When he finally entered her, he moved slow, letting her adjust. It hurt at first, but then pleasure built, and Amara understood why people wrote songs about this. Min Jun watched her face the entire time, reading her reactions, adjusting his movements. You're so beautiful, he breathed. Perfect. She came apart in his arms, and he followed moments later, calling her name like a prayer. Afterward, they lay tangled together, sweaty and satisfied. That was... Amara couldn't find words. Worth waiting for? Min Jun suggested, smiling. Understatement of the century. He laughed, the sound rare and wonderful. We should probably talk about logistics. Where you'll live? What happens next? I'm not leaving this bed for at least a week. Works for me. They fell asleep wrapped around each other, safe in their bubble. But reality came crashing in 2 days later. The confrontation. Min Jun's father showed up at the estate unannounced. Amara was in the garden when she heard shouting from inside. She ran in to find Min Jun face to face with an older man who shared his features. Colder, harder. You dare defy me, the father roared in English, clearly for Amara's benefit. For this girl? Her name is Amara, and yes, I defy you. Min Jun's voice was steel. I'm done with your plans, done with arranged marriages and alliances built on lies. You'll destroy this family, then I'll destroy it. Min Jun stepped forward. I've given you 30 years. I've killed for you. I've built your empire, but she's mine, and I won't give her up. His father's eyes cut to Amara. You think you love him. He's a monster. He's killed more men than you can count. I know what he is, Amara said quietly, and I love him anyway. You're a fool. Maybe, but I'm his fool. Min Jun's expression softened. His father scoffed. The Parks will retaliate. They'll see this as an insult. Jiwoo's family will want blood. Let them come. I'll handle it. And her? He gestured at Amara. When they target her, torture her to hurt you, what then? Amara's blood went cold, but she lifted her chin. I'm not going anywhere. Brave, stupid, but brave. His father studied her. Then, surprisingly, he smiled. You have fire. I can respect that. Min Jun looked shocked. Father! I don't approve. I think you're both idiots. He adjusted his cufflinks. But I'm tired of fighting you. If you want to throw away strategic alliances for love, that's your mistake to make. You're okay with this? I said I won't fight it. Doesn't mean I approve. He headed for the door, then paused. But if you're going to do this, do it right. Make her untouchable. Marry her. Make it clear to every family and soul that she's under our protection." He left. Amara and Min-jun stared at each other in shock. "Did he just give us permission?" Amara asked. "I think he did." Min-jun laughed disbelievingly. He's never backed down before. Maybe he sees how serious you are, or how serious you are." Min-jun pulled her close. "You faced down a Mafia boss without flinching." "I was terrified." "You didn't show it." He kissed her softly. "You're incredible." 2 weeks later, the Parks retaliated exactly as predicted. They sent threats, attempted an ambush. But Min-jun's organization was ready. Amara learned to live with security guards, with threat assessments, with the reality that her life would never be normal. But she also learned joy. Min-jun showed her soul's hidden places, took her to street markets and fancy restaurants, introduced her to his world slowly, carefully. And then Minho called with news. "I'm dating Jay," he blurted out. "What?" Amara screamed. "Since when?" "Since Min-jun's cousin is apparently perfect for me. He's funny and smart and handles me being dramatic. I'm so happy for you." They video called for an hour, both gushing about their men. "We're living romance novel lives," Minho said, laughing. "Who saw that coming?" "Not me, but I'm grateful." 1 month later, Amara woke up nauseous. She barely made it to the bathroom before throwing up. Min-jun appeared immediately. "What's wrong?" "I don't know. Stomach bug, maybe?" But when it continued for 3 days, Min-jun insisted on a doctor. The private physician examined her, ran tests, and returned with results that changed everything. "You're pregnant, Miss Campbell, about 6 weeks." The room spun. What?" Min-jun looked poleaxed. "Are you sure?" "Quite sure. Congratulations." After the doctor left, they sat in stunned silence. "I'm on birth control," Amara said weakly. "I don't understand. Nothing's perfect." Min-jun's hand found hers. "How do you feel?" "Terrified. Shocked. She looked at him. "What do you want?" "I want whatever you want." His grip tightened. "But if you're asking my honest opinion, I want this baby. I want a family with you." Tears filled her eyes. "Really?" "Really." He pulled her into his lap. "But it's your body, your choice. I'll support whatever you decide." Amara thought about her own mother, the sacrifices she'd made, the love she'd given. "I want this baby too," she whispered. Min-jun kissed her, slow and sweet. "Then we're having a baby." They told their families that night. Amara's mother cried tears of joy over video call. Kiana screamed so loud the neighbors complained. Min-jun's father actually smiled, a real, genuine smile. "A grandchild," he said. "Perhaps there's hope for this family after all." Minho and Jay insisted on throwing a celebration dinner. The celebration. The private dining room was elegant, intimate. Just the 6 of them. Amara, Min-jun, Minho, Jay, and surprisingly, Min-jun's parents. "To new beginnings," Jay raised his glass. "To love that breaks all the rules," Minho added. "To family," Min-jun's mother said quietly. She'd been cold at first, but pregnancy had softened her. "To my stubborn son finally finding happiness," Min-jun's father contributed. Min-jun stood, pulling Amara to her feet. "To the woman who changed my life, who made me want to be better." He dropped to one knee. Amara's breath stopped. "Amara Campbell, you are the strongest, bravest, most beautiful person I've ever met. You faced my world without flinching. You love me despite my darkness. And you're giving me a future I never thought I'd have." He pulled out a ring, a stunning diamond that caught the light. "Marry me. Be my wife. Let me spend every day proving I'm worthy of you." "Yes," Amara sobbed. "Yes, yes, 1,000 times, yes." The room erupted in applause as Min-jun slid the ring onto her finger and kissed her. Minho was crying. Jay was filming. Min-jun's parents were actually hugging. "I love you." Minjun murmured against her lips. "I love you more." Impossible. Later, after dinner, the three couples stood on the terrace overlooking Seoul's glittering lights. "We really did it," Amara said softly. "Built something real out of chaos." "Love's always a little chaotic," Jay said, arm around Minho's waist. "Especially when you're dating into the Mafia," Minho added dryly. Everyone laughed. Minjun pulled Amara close, his hand resting on her still flat stomach. "Our baby's gonna grow up surrounded by so much love." "And two sets of crazy uncles," Amara said, gesturing at Jay and Minho. "We prefer eccentric," Minho corrected. "More laughter. Easy. Natural." "Thank you," Amara said to Minjun, "for fighting for us. Thank you for being worth fighting for." They kissed as fireworks exploded over the city, someone's celebration becoming theirs too. 6 months later, Amara's belly was huge. She waddled more than walked. Minjun treated her like glass. "I'm pregnant, not dying," she complained when he insisted on carrying her upstairs. "Humor me." The nursery was finished, a blend of Korean and Jamaican influences. Moon and stars on the ceiling, warm colors on the walls, a crib Minjun had built himself. "You built this," Amara had cried when he showed her. "Wanted our baby to have something made with my hands, something with love." She'd kissed him until they both forgot about furniture. Labor came fast and hard, 12 hours of hell. Minjun never left her side, letting her crush his hand, scream at him, blame him for doing this to her. "Never again," she yelled during a contraction. "Never. Whatever you want, my love. You don't get an opinion. You did this." The doctor hid a smile, and then a cry. Their daughter entered the world screaming, tiny and perfect. "She's beautiful," Minjun breathed, tears streaming down his face. "She looks like you." "She has your nose," Amara said, exhausted but euphoric. They named her Arya Minseo Kang, a name bridging both their cultures. Minho and Jay were the first visitors, bringing flowers and ridiculous baby outfits. "She's going to break hearts," Minho declared. "She'll also know how to throw a punch," Minjun said seriously. "I'm teaching her self-defense at age 3. "She's 5 minutes old," Amara's family flew in a week later. Her mother held Arya and wept. Kiana declared herself the best auntie in the world. "You did good, baby girl," her mother said to Amara. "You found love, built a family. I'm so proud." "I learned from the best, Mama." 1 year later, the Kang Estate Gardens were full of people. Arya's first birthday party was elaborate. Too elaborate, Amara thought, but Minjun had insisted. "Our daughter only turns 1 once," he'd said. Arya toddled around in a traditional Korean hanbok mixed with Jamaican colors. She was spoiled rotten by both sets of grandparents, by her uncles Minho and Jay, by everyone who met her. "She owns this family," Jay observed, watching Minjun's father make ridiculous faces to make Arya laugh. "She owns all of us," Minho agreed. Amara stood with Minjun, watching their daughter play. "Do you ever regret it?" Minjun asked quietly. "Choosing this life?" "Never." She leaned into him. "It's been hard, scary sometimes, but I wouldn't change a single thing." "Even when I'm overprotective and paranoid?" "Even then." She smiled. "You're a good father, a good husband, a good man. Only because you make me want to be." They watched Arya smash her birthday cake with gleeful abandon. "She's going to be a handful," Amara predicted. "Takes after her mother." "Hey," Minjun laughed, kissing her temple. "I love you, both of you, more than I ever thought possible." "We love you too." Minho and Jay announced their engagement at the party. More tears, more celebration. As the sun set over Seoul, Amara looked around at their found family, at the life they'd built from broken pieces and desperate chances. Minjun's arms wrapped around her from behind, his chin resting on her shoulder. "Thank you," he whispered, "for teaching me to relax, for teaching me to love, for everything." Amara turned in his arms, kissing him softly. "Thank you for not giving up, for fighting for us. Always. Arya toddled over, demanding uppies. They lifted her together, their daughter between them, completing the picture. The Jamaican maid and the Korean Mafia boss. An impossible love story, but they'd made it possible. And as fireworks lit up the night sky again, Amara knew this was just the beginning. Their story wasn't over. It was just getting started.